Pastor Ben, we have some lovely new bookshelves in our foyer right now. And we have some books on those shelves and also a little self-pay kiosk. So we're starting a book stall here at Living Hope Bible Church. But why would we do that when people can just get on their phones and order something from Amazon lickety-split? What would you say?
Yeah, it's a great question. I would give three reasons: quality, convenience, and cost. And they all start with a C sound because we can't help it. But in terms of quality, we read a lot of books, and some of them are just okay. Others are incredible.
Yes.
And there's some books that rise to the surface over time as being particularly biblical, Christ-centered, timeless, life-changing. And those are the kind of books that we want to stock, and only those. We want to be able to offer to the body the most beneficial books that we have found over time on different subjects. Also convenience, as we do our men's Bible studies and women's and teen Bible studies. And we're often having books that we're reading and we kind of send people out to get those. But if we could just have those available here, it's a little easier. And also cost. We want to be able to make anything that we're selling available at or just below Amazon pricing. And so those are kind of three basic reasons we thought it would be beneficial.
So we're not trying to make a profit here.
Right. No, it's going to be a ministry of the church. And so the truth is there's costs associated with that, with our little payment system, et cetera. And so, no, we definitely won't make a profit. And in fact, I'm sure we, in time, will probably spend a little bit of money making excellent resources available like this.
Of course. And the books that we're going to have out there, like you said, we want to have the cream of the crop. So who's going to be choosing those books?
As we thought about that, it's going to be our teaching pastors. It's going to be those of us that are teaching week in, week out, because in essence, these are the books that as we're studying for sermons and Bible studies, that we have found most beneficial. And so it really is an extension of our teaching ministry. We want to be able to make those available at a very affordable rate here and keep them around so that you can take those home and benefit in the same way that we do as we're studying.
And what kind of resources would we hope to have on the shelf? Like what kinds of books? And will there be anything else besides books?
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll show you some of the first 5 that we started with just to get the ball rolling in a minute. But we're talking about, again, we want books that are God-centered, that are Christ-exalting, that are manifestly biblical, and books that are timeless. Now, what that means is we'll have books on certain areas of theology. We'll have books that are talking about the gospel. We'll have some Bible study books. And books that are beneficial for families. We did a family worship seminar last year, and we put out a few tables full of books for families to use in family devotions or family worship for young kids or slightly older kids. And we want to always have the best of those available that we have found over the years, as well as Bibles. We put out some study Bibles and some notebooks and even some, archival ink marking pens, the kinds that don't bleed and fade in a book over time. So in essence, books that are going to help us get the most out of our Bibles and understand biblical truth better.
I love that. This is an extension of the teaching ministry of the church. I appreciate that. Now, as we're thinking about these books, we want to talk about some of the books that we have available, right? So some of the ones we already have on the shelf. We don't have all the books that we'll hopefully have on the shelf, but let's talk about a few of these.
Yeah, here's one, Taking God at His Word by Kevin DeYoung. It is, in essence, just a short, what we might call a bibliology. It's a book about the Bible, inerrancy and inspiration, the sufficiency of Scripture. We've put out Gentle and Lowly by Dane Ortland. If you haven't read that yet, we highly encourage you to. Subtitle, The Heart of Christ for Sinners and Sufferers. He writes
I love it.
Like a Puritan. We've got The Holiness of God by R.C. Sproul. Also just an incredible book. It's absolute
Yeah.
Classic. What else do we have there?
We've got this one we've recommended quite a bit here at the church, is Delighting in the Trinity by Michael Reeves. And it is a book on theology, but it's very devotional when it comes to enjoying God himself and all three members of the Trinity. Well, we have another favorite of mine, which is Trusting God. And it doesn't have the subtitle here, but previous copy said, Even When Life Hurts. And so you can trust him no matter what circumstances you're living through. And so very practical and theological. We want our books to be theologically rich, but also devotional and practical. But then we also, like we said, have been selling some study Bibles, and this is the ESV Study Bible, the one we recommended the most. There's hardback, and there's also some leather-bound ones there on the shelves as well. So how do we use this, Ben?
Well, on each book, you'll see a sticker on the back. It's pretty simple. It has the price. You can take that over. There's a little tablet it's a self-pay kiosk. Yeah. It has a card reader. You can tap or insert the card. And on that tablet, you'll see that it says books, Bibles, and accessories. And if you click on the books tab right now, there's only 5 loaded in it.
That's right.
So it's very easy to find your book. Tell us how many you're purchasing. It'll tell you the total. Yeah. You tap your card, follow the instructions.
That's
it's
right.
very easy. There's also going to be a cash box behind it with an envelope. If you're a little bit old school and you want to use cash, just let us know in there which books you took, how much they are. With the sticker, we'll trust your math, and you can put a check or cash in there. And that's it.
Yeah.
We're praying that will be a blessing to you and to the whole body.
That's right. More resources to come in the coming months.
Yeah, over the next 6 months, year, we want to slowly fill those shelves with the books, like I say, that we have found most beneficial over time.
Yeah. Thanks.